Hello everyone, and welcome to another Premier draft of Forgotten Realms. And I will be going back to playing more traditional drafts after this season. I just really try to get to mythic rank still. I'm actually playing some drafts off video, so I'm not recording currently all the drafts because, like I said in my previous video, I think at least I said that I need to play more drafts than one per day or even two per day to even get a chance to qualify for the next qualified weekend, which will be sealed deck. Anyway, this is of course a first pick, very good, rare. You get 3 ventures, and well, stat wise and ability wise, it's also a decent creature. But yeah, the 3 ventures are really strong here, and you do get only once per turn the trigger, even if you play multiple creature or planeswalker spells, but it's still very good. I think in the pack also Magic, Missile, and Cleric class are cards I might want to first pick without it feeling that bad. Alright, so, well, I'm not taking a green card, I'm taking a red card. The question is, though, which of the two? Even the Hobgoblin Captain is a good one, but these are just amazing. Now, just pure power level wise, the Battlecry Goblin is better than the Dragon's Fire. This is only ever going to be a 1-for-1. This can just dominate and win the game. Then again, this sometimes is just a 2-mana 2-2 that you will trade with, or it eats removal. Whereas this will have always, in the average case, this will have a higher impact than the Battlecry Goblin. But this has the better, ceiling. So the best case scenario for this card is definitely better. But the floor of this card is better than the floor of the Battlecry Goblin. So I think I'll take the Dragon's Fire. There's also another reason to do this, and this is early in the draft. I don't know if red will be open, but if I pick, for example, let's say another Dragon's Fire, I can easily splash them, whereas the Battlecry Goblin is not exactly a splashable card, not really making sense to splash it because, well, it's a 2-drop, but even if you ignore that, even if you're happy to draw it and play it later, which you usually are actually, the fact that the activated ability it has costs red mana, so if you have only like one red mana source, you are not going to do that much work with it. Anyway, now the Dragon's Fire is just fantastic. Follow up here. I'm almost sure I will be at least splashing the Dragon's Fires now, but we'll see if I can actually be just main color red as well. Okay, well, I have the Varys here, so I definitely want to stay green. This is not a splashable card because it's a double caster, so I'll just take the old bear here. I have passed 2 cleric classes, that's gonna give some nice life gain deck to someone, but this is fairly easy pick, I think, given what I have. The old bear just makes the most sense. And here I have a very good 2-drop for the archetype. Someone gets this good blue rare land, but it's not going to be me. This is just a great quality 2-drop as a pick number 5. I think this draft has started extremely well. And yes, I'm still not red necessarily, but I will most likely splash the Dragon's Fires. Okay, well, pretty easy to just pick a red card here, because the other cards are not amazing. Rust Monster isn't bad either, if you have some treasures, but I think I'll take the 5 or the 6-drop. Now I have 1 5 here already. The Swarming Goblins are pretty decent though. I don't actually know which I'm gonna prefer more here. If I find more old bears, I want to have those rather than Swarming Goblins. But also I could have the Herd Gorger thing. Maybe I'll just take the cheaper card here. And, well, with the Swarming Goblins, specifically you see a pair of goblins, might just be something I want to have. Now that you find some prisoners, it's okay. It's a best of 1 draft because it's Premier, so this would be a main deck way to get rid of the artifacts because, well, you won't have any opportunity to sideboard. And the interrogate them option is not really, I mean, it's not exciting, but it's not bad either. You get to use the card. He's not going to rot in your hand when the opponent doesn't have artifacts. But I think the synergy with the Swarming Goblins maybe makes me want to pick this this thing. And you can always just make 2 1/1s here if you want to. Now, very easy Gnoll Hunter over the Loathsome Troll. I already have 2 5-drops I'm happy with, so I don't really need any more 5-drops, whereas I need 2-drops, and this is a very good one. So no one took the Cleric class. Wow. I'm not sure why. But no one just wants to play draft life gain. This is of course not a great card unless you get life gain stuff. Vampire Spawn is here also. I'm not playing the Brazen Dwarf in this kind of deck, so I'll just take the Cleric class. And you find a Cursed Idol. It's a card I'm willing to play. And this is going to be actually pretty decent 3-drop enabling the pack tactics. And I like the Bull Strength out of these options the most. Yeah, okay. I'll just take the Plummet, although I won't be playing this in. It's a fantastic sideboard card in best of 3, of course, but not really good in best of 1. And that's also something I say every time. So if you are regularly watching my videos, you have heard that so many times. But I'm assuming some people might be new, so I will kind of say the same things over and over again. Alright, so Red Dragon versus pretty much nothing of interest. I can have a 6-drop, and this is, I think, the best of the dragon cycle. And this is the dragon I'm going to pick over the Herd Quarter. Nowadays, I think I would pick the Herd Quarter, the 7/6 command here, over the green dragon, but not over the red dragon when I'm red-green. Okay, now I get another shot at the Battlecry Goblin, which is fantastic. Now there's an Evolving Wilds, which I would want to have just in general to fix your mana, but not going to take it over this very good card. And really, I didn't mention it, but if someone wanted to pick in the pick number 2 when I had the Dragon's Fire and the Battlecry Goblin, if someone says that this was the correct pick, I'm not going to disagree. I think I explained my reasoning that Dragon's Fire will be performing more, it will perform better on a consistent basis, whereas the Battlecry Goblin sometimes is just incredible and wins the game. And the other point being that this is going to be a splashable card. If red wasn't going to be my main color, this pick would have been wasted, whereas the Dragon's Fire still has the option to be splashed. Nice blue rare here, but there's an incredibly nice green 2-drop uncommon here. And Temple of the Dragon Queen is something I would also want to have here, but I can't pick it now over something as good as the Intrepid Outlander. This deck is saving up very nicely. I really like how the deck looks here so far. I have removal, I have good curve, and the quality of the cards is actually pretty good here. Now, is this going to be a you meet in a tavern deck? With the amount of 2-drops, I might actually start a brawl. The former party is pretty slow, but of course it's a nice option to have. But I could also just take an unexpected windfall. I could take the Bold Strength. But maybe I'll take the you meet in a tavern. That could be very giving some blowouts if I get some more cheaper cards. You basically need to curve out 2-drop, 3-drop. And of course this is not exactly a turn 4 play always, but it's you want to at least have a lot of cheap creatures so that you have the option to get a good mass pump effect. Now I have a couple of cards that work well with it. Swarming Goblins gives me multiple creatures, and this also can give me two creatures, so I think I have some nice synergy with it already. Now I think I'll take the Herd Quarter because I'm not splashing for Bruin, or I don't even have any equipment. Not sure if I'm gonna play all the 6-drops here, but that was really the only pick for me from that pack. Okay, there's a dungeon map, bullet. I'm not that big fan of the bullet. It would be my first 4-drop creature, so for curve-wise it makes sense to play it. But if I play these expensive cards, the dungeon map might be okay, but then again it is something you have to tap out for on turn 3. And this is going to seem like a pretty aggressive deck. I guess I could take another Cursed Idol thing, but let's just take the bullet because I don't have any 4-drop creatures now currently. Well, there's one which I actually pretty okay in triggering the pack tactics, so I don't mind having it at all. And here it would be an Armory Veteran if I just want to have a 2-drop. It's just so much worse than my other 2-drops here. But I'm not taking the Brazen Dwarf, and with only 12 creatures here still, I don't think the Ranger's Longbow is something I want to have. I take the Veteran for now. And I might find like one or two of those red equipments that I will play. For example, Boots of Speed is an equipment I wouldn't mind playing actually. I have one Bull Strength, I have one Veteran, one Herd Culture, and Druid class isn't that great unless you are life gain deck with life gain payoffs. But so I think that the Boots of Speed is now the one I want to make. Now this is 20 non-lands and 13 only 13 creatures, although this kind of counts as a creature. So I need to pay attention to that. I won't be playing two of these. I'll take the Dueling Rapier now. These are actually the red equipment I was thinking about when I was saying that maybe I can find for some of those red equipment. I think both are quite playable. Okay, here is nothing I'm interested in. I do want to have more. Let's take the uncommon here. I do want to have more creatures, and I might cut some non-creatures, but let's see what I'm getting. And I'm getting, so in this draft I could have gotten 3 Battlecry Goblins. I'm still actually very happy about the Dragon's Fire because I haven't really found other removal. There's no removal of any other kind, so I'm actually currently I think that I'm happier with 2 Dragon's Fires than with 3 Battlecry Goblins, because I will definitely pick this, and we'll be having 2 of these. That's pretty sweet. Alright, so now this is actually an interesting choice, because of course this pack has multiple cards I wouldn't mind having. I would play maybe the other Red Dragon over the Hill Giant Herd Culture, Tiger Tribe Hunter, amazingly good 5-drop. Hoarding Ogre, completely reasonable 4-drop here, also for curve reasons. Maybe even the Sellsword, but Improvised Weaponry is something I could use too. But given that I'm already at 22 playables and I don't really have a lot of cards that I'm happy to cut, I'm going to take the land here, because that will make my mana just better, and I don't need any more playables. Well, I need like a couple of more playables and that's it. And even though I'm passing some very nice cards in there, I'm confident I will find still some decent stuff from this pack still. Alright, so that's a Ranger class. Alright. Also Burning Hands, Green Dragon, which I wouldn't actually even consider here, because I have 2 6-drops I played, or rather, I will be playing over the Green Dragon. But this is of course insane bomb rare, so I mean, if this deck was still missing something, it was missing an insane bomb rare. Varys is not an insane bomb rare, but it's kind of a... Well, is it a bomb? Maybe it's a bomb even, but it's really good. But this is an actual just game breaking. I mean, not game breaking, but it's game dominating card. If the opponent cannot quickly deal with your board, you just win with the Ranger class. So now I'm at 23 playables. So whatever cards I'm gonna pick mean that I'm gonna cut something else. I'll take the Spoils of the Hunt, and I think I'll play it. Another piece of removal is fine, and I think the card that will be cut here is I think it might be the Cursed Idol, but let's first see if there's anything here. There's a Spoils of the Hunt number 2, but I just take another Temple here, because now the deck is incredibly strong, and when you have an incredibly strong deck, you just want to make sure you can make your mana as good as possible, and this is the way to make it so. So am I going to cut one of the 6-drops? It would be the Herd Culture. I like the Red Dragon more. Okay, Plundering Barbarian. That's not bad either. I think I might play it over the... Yeah, I think the Plundering Barbarian is better than the You Find a Cursed Idol. This can destroy enchantments, for example, classes, and also the white and blue common removal, which are auras. But I also want to just have as many creatures as possible, I think. Especially if I want to play the You Meet in a Tavern. Bard class, that's an on-color, rare but double-colored. But of course, this is completely limited, unplayable. I won't be playing any of these, so I'll just take the 20 gems here. 50 feet of rope is just way too slow. And I'm not playing 2 of these. I have to cut, 2 cards here, so I'm not going to find room for any of these cards from the deck, so I'll just take the uncommon for that sweet little vault value. And here I can take, well, it's not 20 gems yet, but of course this will be my 3rd of these, so I will have, this will translate into 20 gems the moment I open all my packs to complete the set. So yeah, I'm not taking the Herd Gorger because this is the maximum 6 drops I'm going to play. And look at this, I got the Tiger Tribe Hunter here. This I'm going to play here. So I think a Green Dragon came, but I'm not gonna play it, so I can still pick it. There was still a Vampire Spawn there. Okay, not gonna play any of those, so whatever. I don't think the Direwolf Prowler is gonna be played. I have enough to other 3 drops here, so yep. And I don't have the room for that thing either. So this is a very, very strong deck. Let's see me go 2 wins and 3 losses, because that has been my most common Forgotten Realms Premier Draft result. But yeah, I would be pretty disappointed if I can't get at least the 3 wins here. Okay, so sideboard has these cards for my colors. Yep, none of these will be played in the main deck. So let's just go here and think about the choices here. Now the first thing that I will have to decide is if I want to play the You Meet in a Tavern or not. I don't necessarily need the card. And I have some expensive creatures too here. So now it's 3 cuts because I got the late Tiger Tribe Hunter. So I will have to cut 3 cards. I'm definitely playing 17 lands here. I'm not gonna go any lower than that. Do I have more than 1 dragon? I don't think I do. Yeah, only the 1 dragon. But that dragon allows me to play these. Sorry, should maybe do like this. The uncommon lands here. This will enter untapped if I have the dragon in my hand or on the battlefield. Also, Dragon's Fire does 4 points of damage with the red dragon. Alright, you find a cursed idol. Maybe I will cut it because I have the Plundering Barbarian. There are more artifacts than enchantments in the set, so I think this is gonna be cut now. Now the question is, do I want to play the Armory Veteran? Because I also got the Ranger class, which is a 2-mana 2/2. That's the fantastic part about this card. You just have a 2-mana 2/2, completely reasonable thing stat-wise. And when a vanilla 2/2 for 2 wouldn't be that amazing, of course, but it doesn't need to have a lot of extra to make it a decent card for limited. And this has a lot of extra. This thing really has a lot of extra. So you don't pay any extra for the ability to get to level 2 and level 4. I mean, in terms of the initial cost, you will get a 2-mana 2/2, and even if you never activate level 2 or level 3 for some reason, you still got your mana's worth with the 2/2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, basically 6 2-drops already. So I think I might just not need the Armory Veteran. Then again, if I play the You Meet in a Tavern, I want to have all my 2-drops here. So it's actually pretty interesting now. I don't want to lose the Swarming Goblins. It's great with the double Battlecry Goblin. Tiger Tribe Hunter is just too good to ignore, and so is the Old Bear. So I think the Herd Gorger might be a cut in here. I think I'm gonna cut the Herd Gorger, yeah. So that would be 1 more cut. So You Meet in a Tavern, Armory Veteran, one of the equipment. Currently I have 15 creatures, but Ranger class is just, basically it's 16. This counts as a creature always. And then also that you see a pair of goblins can be creatures too. So yeah, I don't think the bullet is very good, but it is one of my few 4-drops, 4-mana plays I have available, so I think I will play that. And I will definitely play the Bull Strength. I like the trick here. Maybe the Boots of Speed might be something this deck doesn't need. I'm kind of interested in playing the You Meet in a Tavern. I really am. And sometimes, I mean, if you play 15 out of 40 creatures, the former party should have a reasonable chance to get you 2 cards, which is usually okay. Pretty expensive to draw 2 for 4 mana, but still, it's kind of the secondary mode if you can't use the starter brawl. I do like the Dueling Rapier slightly more than the Boot of Speed for this deck, I think. Yeah, maybe the Boot of Speed is less important. This is the deck, but I guess you could build this in some different way too, but I just want to play all the 5s and the 6 drop, all the 4 drops, and yeah, it's just that's the deck, and very good mana too with the Temple of the Dragon Queen. I have almost an even number of the red and green cards. How about the double cast as well? The varies, it can be an early 3 drop. Now the Battlecry Goblins do want to have multiple red sources, but then again I do have the Temple of the Dragon Queen, so even if I now put 7 mountains and 8 forests, that's still going to be like potentially 9 ways to make the red mana. So I guess because I want to get the turn 3 varies always, if I have it in my hand, I will play more red, green sources now. So with the 2 lands here and with 15 basic lands to add, it's going to mean 8 forests and 7 mountains. Alright, so this deck is maybe one of the better ones I have had in this format. Let's see if the results can, if I can get the results that are worthy of for this deck. Okay, at least I have a great starting hand. 3 lands, both colors. Basically the optimal, for most limited decks you want to have 3 lands with both your colors available. And now I have a 2 drop and 3 drop. And with the 3 drop even having some options. Boots of Speed, so I can kill that if I want to. And well, let's see if I draw a forest. I'm assuming I'm gonna draw a forest at some point. Do they have a Dragon's Fire for this thing? No, you find some prisoners. So they take some of these things. And okay, that's pretty, but they have to take the land, right? Because they have until the end of their next year, they can't play the Bull Strength or the Swarming Goblins. They just take the forest here, which is like fine. And I didn't lose anything that significant here. Too bad now they have these different forests in here. Alright, so they still do nothing. Well, I'm gonna just play the 3 drop, the range, these things. I don't need the Barbarian now because I currently don't care about them getting haste for their guys. So do they really have nothing to play, or are they gonna have a removal spell here? We will see. They had nothing to play. They did stop for priority, so they have something, but it could be just like a pump spell or something. You meet in a tavern, so they were gonna draw, well, not draw, but get a bunch of creatures. Okay, we have very similar decks here apparently. I got a forest here. Yeah, that's good stuff. They can, now assuming they have a land drop, they can play them both. Give haste to one of them, yeah, it's no big deal. So I'm just playing the ranger class and starting to, you know, I can level it up. I will also trigger my venturing here. I think I'm going to give it to the Outlander, the extra counter I mean. And I think I'm gonna go to Fan Delver. I could go to Tomb of Annihilation. I'm gonna be in a good shape here in terms of the race, but I think I don't need that. I'll just make sure I get to draw some good cards. Now the Spells of the Hunt is good, but if I play it on the next turn, I can only play the Dueling Rapier. I think it's still fine. I won't be playing the Owlbear here, but I can also play the Armory Veteran and the Dueling Rapier or the Plundering Viper. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep this because I mean I have here a bunch of creatures, and then I have an active Ranger class, so I'm of course very far ahead here. Opponent hasn't really done anything here, so and I curved out perfectly. Okay, so they chose not to play anything. Do they have like a Faridas Fireball? There's nothing I'm gonna do right now, so let's see if they let me attack to trigger the venture here. They have a Faridas Fireball, and sadly I don't have a pump spell here. It's still fine. I mean, I'm gonna attack for 7. I could attack for 9 if I want to. and then play Armory Veteran here. Well, let's see first if they take damage here. Actually, are they just gonna lose now? Are they not? Yes, they are. So that, yeah, because of course this can, with a low roll, they take damage. So like this, and this is gonna be 7, and this is gonna be 9. Thank you, Fireball. That was nice. I don't actually recall having any very high quality decks in this format. I think this is the best deck I have drafted, you know, in all of the drafts. I don't recall if this is like a draft number, because I have played some sealed deck. I've played traditional drafts, I have played premier drafts, and I have played, of course, those draft challenges. This is something like 51st, 52nd or so draft, and this is the best draft deck, I'm pretty sure. Unless I'm forgetting something. Now this hand is, I mean, it has the ideal land count. It has kind of on-curve plays. I mean, if these were creatures, that would be 1, 2, and 3 drop, and a 4 drop. But of course, none of them is a creature. The Dragon's Fire is the only thing I can kind of play here. I have 15 creatures in the deck. Was that thing, and then of course a Ranger class, which counts as a creature. And then there's usually a pair of goblins, which is also making me a creature. So basically, I have 17 cards in 33. That give me board presence. So I think I'm actually going to keep it. I'm on the draw here, so I have some additional draws to find some on-curve plays. And I have the Dragon's Fire to kind of stem the bleeding if they are gonna get a fast start here. Yeah, well, for example, that's just an amazing card. So I'm not gonna fool around. This is just going to die right away. And it's gonna venture into it as an attack trigger, so there's no way I'm gonna let this thing do its thing. Now I have drawn 2 lands. Not ideal, but okay, that's okay. I guess that's okay. I mean, I'm gonna take a bunch of damage and they're gonna get life, but I think I can win the long game still with the power of my deck. So let's just hope. Okay, Potion of Healing. If they tap out mostly for that and I don't add more creatures, I'm actually very happy. Now I could play You Meet in a Tavern. I actually have 13 creatures still in the deck, so that's almost 50%. But if I get... I would have to discard to hand size, so I'm actually just gonna play the Armory Veteran to block this thing. That makes the most sense. The next turn I can play the Old Bear. Even if they remove the Veteran now, it's only going to... I mean, they're only going to deal 2 here. Okay, they need cards, so they actually missed land drop there, I think. Yeah, because they started and I played my 4th land, so they drew some cards from the potion, which is not bad. Now if they remove this, I'm gonna go to 16 and I'm going to play the Old Bear, so I'm not actually that worried about them having removal here. Power Word Kill, that works. I'm pretty happy they used that on one of my weakest creatures in the deck. Let's see if they have more removal. Grim Bounty. I'm happy they only have 2 power. Imagine if they had like 4 power here. I would be in a lot more trouble. 1 for 1s are fine for me here. Now I can play this. This will be a 2/4, then I have an option to play the Spoils of the Hunt here. Or the Bull Strength, or the Dueling Rapier. So that's a lot of instant speed interaction. And if they go for, let's say, another Grim Bounty, I'll just use the Spoils of the Hunt in response just to get rid of the Paladin. Vampire Spawn is fine. No attacks. I guess I could have played the Spoils of the Hunt, but I don't really feel like I need to kill either of these things. So I did not. Here it's time to play the meet in a tavern because I have no creatures. So let's see, I have indeed 1, 2, 3 creatures. That means I have 12 creatures here. So yeah, almost 50%. So I should get 2 to 3 creatures on average. And those are the mana I'm gonna leave open, I think. So form a party. Okay, 2 only. Oh, and there was a ranger class too, but 2 is fine. Now, am I going to play a Battlecry Goblin here? Then I don't have any... I think I will do it. It's a bit risky because I had so much instant speed interaction here, but then again, they have only 4 power here and I have a 2-4. If they kill the 2-4, I take the 4. I'm not gonna, of course, not going to trade this with the Steadfast Paladin or anything. Okay, they have no venturing so far, so yeah, but this is just going to start to be bad for them. I'm actually going to be able to start attacking at some point, not now though. Although I could use the bull strength here, just to get rid of one of these guys. They just block with the vampire spawn though. I think I'd rather save it for the pack tactics trigger I can have for this thing. And they could also have like a UC, the 5 damage to an attacker thing. I have no rush here. I can just attack on the next turn. Okay, so let's see what they have. I think I'm going to... just... let's see what they have. Now they're basically forced to do something because they are losing this. Currently. They could have a Manticore, so I didn't want to just block with the Circle of the Moon Druid. Then I would have lost it without any value. So I want a double block to kill it. And there's nothing I need to do now, so I'm assuming it's a Manticore now. And that's what it is. My Outlander does have reach. But it got now turned into a treasure token. Well, at least I can sacrifice it for the Spoils of the Hunt to give +1/+0. Now, do I want to use the spoils now? Because, yeah, I want to get rid of the flyer. And no, I'm not going to use treasure for that. They still have 2 mana available. Is this something like a Feign Death? Apparently not. They had a response there. Alright, so now... I think I'm going to do like this. And attack, but do I want to use the Dueling Rapier here right away? Doesn't seem to make too much sense, although... I would get a 1/1 that's attacking, and then when they block the 1/1 I can use a bull strength on that. So that kinda makes sense. Fine, okay, let's do it. They have only 1 card, but it is something. They do stop for a priority there, but I just wanna see what happens. I want to see what happens now. If they make double blocks or anything like that, it's gonna be good for me. They can put the Gloomstalker on front of this 1/1, which I will just respond with this thing. If they have the 5 damage to an attacker here, I mean, I better them use. I mean, it will trade just with the bull strength here. They had it. Yeah, I guess I could have. I mean, I could have actually saved the goblin. That was. Yeah, I should have maybe played around it a bit. But oh well, it's still fine because I have the rapier here. So the 1/1 isn't really that bad because I can now attack for 6 here, and I will be playing the Plundering Barbarian because they are just taking the 6 here. I'm gonna make a treasure token for me. I'll have all the mana now. just gains them some life, I guess. No big deal. 1-3 isn't exactly anything I'm worried about now. Let's try to trade here. That works. Okay. Now I'm drawing a bit too many lands to my liking, but it's still fine. I'll just attack for 6 and they can attack for 1. They can also just make the trade, which I would have been pretty surprised if they chose to do that. Well, well, well. I need one of my... Oh yeah, had this... Well, that's a way to lose. That's a way to lose, especially when I... Okay. Let's focus. So if I attack now, these are all gonna trade. And they're gonna double block the Inspiring Bard. They're gonna block the 3-1, and this is gonna get 3 more loyalty. Yep. That's how it goes. I guess I need my other Battlecry Goblin here. Alright. Well, them drawing a Planeswalker definitely makes the situation where I was doing a lot better than them. It's gonna make it a lot more problematic now. You see a pair of Goblins though. Well, I'm not gonna use it offensively now. I'm going to get those attackers. But yeah, they're gonna get too many cards here. It's really bad now. Yep. I needed to hit some Axel cards here. Planner Ally, sure. So I need a lot of help from my deck now. What can I draw? I think I need to draw my other Battlecry Goblin. I can also just draw land. Wow. I was so much ahead because they had a 1-3, I had a 3-3 and the equipment here. Then they drew this, and then I don't draw anything here. They start venturing here. There's still no attack for me here, so I guess I'll just pass the turn. I should have played this temple though, because if I draw my Battlecry Goblin, I want to have all the red mana available. Now with the treasures, I still have a lot of red mana available, but it doesn't. I mean, they have drawn so many cards here already. It's just really going to be tough here. These have minis too. Multiple potion of healings. Do they have some payoffs which they just haven't drawn? Spiked pit trap. Okay. Well, all of that thing works now when you have mana to play all your stuff, when I just can't pressure the opponent in any way. There it is. And of course I did got slightly punished. So they have 3 blockers. The problem is that I will just lose to the flyer anyway. And well, my only chance is here to attack, of course. But the problem is that I can't attack the player here. Because this is not lethal. This is going to be a lot of damage to the player, but it's not lethal when they have 3 blockers. Because I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I play this forest, it's going to be... how many activations? It will be 4 activations. So everyone will get +4/+1, including... So I will have 5 attackers. Yeah, but it's not enough. 5 attackers is not enough when they have these. 2 of them come through. They will kill the Battlecry Goblin. And then... And they have even the potion of healing here. Oh man, I was thinking about if I draw the dragon on the next turn, can that help me somehow? So if I attack with... I mean, they can just defend the lol. If I put a couple of attackers there, they can block the couple of things. And if I put 3 attackers there and the rest go... I guess that's how we're going to do it. Let's do like this and... yeah, so these will go here and this will go here, and then the 1 extra attacker I guess goes to Lolth too. So they have to block... In this case, if they want to save Lolth, they can't block the Battlecry Goblin. So this is gonna attack there too. And now if they wanna... Yeah, either they lose the Lolth or I get to keep the Battlecry Goblin. Okay, they choose that. So I'm just gonna deal as much damage as I can here. Yeah, sadly they have the 3 life here. That is, and they also have the spiked pit trap to kill the battlecry goblin. So it's not like I can attack with it on the next turn. But let's see how much damage this is. It's not enough, sadly. And is it enough to? I mean, they are gonna gain 3 here, so it's not gonna be enough with them. Yeah, if I now would draw my dragon here, that would in fact be 1 short. Because it is gonna deal 4, and now they of course get more of those spiders, so it's not like they. I mean, I can't attack through them. I guess my chance is okay. Well, that's tough. Maybe they draw a card. They are never drawing a card here. So if I draw they're gonna venture in the. They go to Dark Pool on the next turn. Yeah, it's just. I mean, unsurprisingly, when I draw these lands and they had the Planeswalker, I lost the game now. But it was still close. I mean, I'm actually happy I didn't draw the dragon here because that would have been just 1 short of lethal. Yeah, but that was. I lost to a Planeswalker. That's what happens in Limited often, when the opponent hasn't Planeswalker and you don't have anything of similar strength. That said, in the previous game, if I didn't throw away my bull strength in a way I did, well, I didn't throw it away because I was able to trade with a thing. Oh, it was trading. I mean, my token survived and it killed the creature that was blocking it. But because I was anticipating they have the you see a guard approach. Or what is it? Anyway, the 5 damage to attacker. I could have actually saved my own creature with it if I just let the goblin die. Okay, well this hand doesn't have the red mana, so I'm not gonna. Oh, I'm not gonna keep it. And when I was saying that I'm not gonna keep it, I immediately clicked the keep button because I was gonna say the word keep, and now. Now I can't even play anything else than myself here. That was a mulligan hand. I can still get lucky and draw a mountain here, but if I don't, it's just game over. I at least need some lands for the bullet. If nothing else, I need. And look at this opponent had the 2-drop that you can usually just block with anything. This time they get to actually get the free counters, not even required to use the activated ability here. So this actually is going to be. I mean, if I'm gonna draw the best deck possible, if I'm gonna draft the best deck possible, I'm going to lose to an opponent drawing a Planeswalker and me combining with me flooding out, and me making a misclick of this kind. Wow. I misclicked. I was calling the mulligan because this deck definitely can go to 6 and have a great starting hand. I don't have to risk keeping that kind of hand. This doesn't even have any of my bums here. If I had at least one of the bums in here. But now I need to land right away. Okay, wow. So, yeah, this deck is currently 1-2. But of course, this was just my mistake here. I mean, yeah, okay. I mean, calm down. Nothing can be done to help the situation. I mean, I can still win all the 6 remaining games or 6 remaining victories that I can still have in this event. But yeah, now this is good. I'm gonna keep it. Fantastic hand. Well, what a combination of games, though. Okay. That's fairly okay. I still have creatures here. They did deploy a turn 1 creature there. Oh, and they have a hasty guy. So okay, this is pretty annoying. I kinda I wish I had more red here. Because now the sad thing is that if I play now the Circle of the Moon Druid and they have a way to, you know, kill it or attack past it somehow, I'm taking a bunch of damage. And even if that though I have 4 lands on for the next turn, unless I draw a mountain, I can't double spell. So I think in this case it's just better to play this, because I can't guarantee a double spell for the next turn either way. And if I now do draw the mountain, I can still play the Goblin and Dragon's Fire if I so choose. I could also play the Circle of the Moon Druid and have the Dueling Rapier, which is gonna be a 4/4 blocker instead of a 2/4 blocker. So that's actually a lot better if they have such a ground creature that would attack into a 2/4. Okay, just a treasure. With that I can block with the 2/4. That's good news. And that also, okay, good. And they have only 1 card left. And if this venturing starts to annoying me, I know in the end I can just kill it if I need to. Now, it would be nice to have a Ranger class and the Battlecry Goblin just have a mana efficient turn here. And I guess the Ranger class token will be blocking the Steadfast Paladin here. I think I still like this more. Because of their Dueling Rapier, so if they have some kind of... Well, if they have a straight up removal, that's gonna be annoying. But okay, that's actually fine, because now I can benefit from the Dueling Rapier here. So this is gonna block here, and I'm gonna kill it as well. And now they have an empty hand. So with the Ranger class I should win any long game. Also have this, but I can't actually... So this will trade with the Paladin Ranger class in here. Do I want to have the Dragon's Fire here? Whenever I draw 1 land, I can play Varys and then the Battlecry Goblin right away. I can play Ranger class and the Battlecry Goblin, but I kind of want to have the trigger from this, and I want to have Dragon's Fire up. I might actually just have to kill the... Yeah, I actually have to kill the flyer, I think. They might be a bit worried about why didn't I level up the class here, but... I mean, I guess they can just go and venture now with the Ranger's Hawk, tapping the Plundering Barbarian, and then they can just trade with the Devoted Paladin. So maybe I was supposed to Dragon's Fire on my own turn, just get rid of the flyer here. This thing has reach though, but then again I do want them to start venturing multiple times. They may even go to Tomb of Annihilation here, get the 4/4 Death Toucher. I'm not gonna take any more damage here. So let's see what they drew. Not a 5-drop. Okay, another one of those. Well, I have a reach guy. Well, I'll play my reach guy here. Sure. Hopefully they didn't draw now anything that can answer the Varys. Give me at least 1 venture, please. Okay, they have something. I think it means I'm gonna double block if they have a trick of some kind. I wanna make sure it's gonna die. And okay, that's not so bad. And now I can start doing some broken stuff here. So I think the first is just the Swarm Goblins now. I could level up and play the Battlecry Goblin, but I don't think I'm in a position to start attacking quite yet on this turn, but very soon I am. So let's do this, and now, do I want to even gain just life here? I'm gonna keep, as long as the Varys is gonna survive, I'm going to keep doing the venturing here. Scry now, Goblin Lair. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to the Mad Mage. How about the die roll here? 2 tokens, which is pretty sweet. No attacks for this, well, when they have the 1/4 there. Okay, now the Battlecry Goblin will be insanely good with these things too. I need them to not draw some amazing card for a few turns, because when they draw like regular limited cards, I think I will not have trouble here. Are they going to venture? They didn't even venture here, so they have something, because they did have... No, they didn't want to tap their stuff, that's of course the reason here. Now, it is time to... Let's just first level up this thing. And then I suppose I'll just play this thing too, because it can pump my... I don't have to attack with the Battlecry Goblin itself. It will pump my other creatures too. Okay, that's gonna be... That's just good enough. I mean, I don't need really... any creature is gonna give me venturing. That's fantastic. So I'm not attacking with this, because even though I can give it a counter to it, it will have only 3 toughness. They can deal with it. So I will try to attack now and see what they're gonna perhaps tap. I will get a +1/+1 counter on one of my guys. Swarming goblins. That'll be tapped. So now I can just attack with the... I could attack with the Varys, give it a counter, but I'm not gonna risk that. So I will attack with these guys. Give a counter to... I guess the 2/2 here. Maybe this guy. Maybe. Don't know really. Maybe like give it here. Yeah, so now it's very hard to imagine the opponent can win. I'm at 10, so they can't draw something like a miracle surprise damage. Something like a price of loyalty or anything like that. Okay, so let's see. Now this won't get haste, because this gives haste only to goblins. And this is a Gnull. Alright, so no reason to play the Hunter now. I could equip the Rapier though. Maybe I want to. Maybe I want to do that. Maybe on this guy. Then try to attack. So now the question is, do I think they have something like a kill spell? I mean, even if they do, I'm just gonna win it so quickly here that I'm thinking it's time to attack with everyone. I actually should have played the Gnoll Hunter maybe pre-combat. I wanted to keep mana up for this activation, but if this dies now, I lose my... Well, maybe it's not such a big deal. Let's just attack. Let's try to attack, finish the game in 2 turns. So who's gonna get the counter? I guess this guy is gonna get the counter here. So if they have something like a Yuhie God or the 5 damage to a creature, they still have to decide whether they want to kill the goblin, yeah, or the Varys here. So I missed one venture here, but I mean they have again an empty hand, and this board is just gonna be lethal on the next turn anyway, isn't it? This is going to be, currently I'm dealing 7, 10. If I pump, it's currently 13, but now they block these things, so they trade with that. They only have the half-elf monk. So that is now 7, 9 damage. And next turn I can attack with this guy, or I can deal... Well, it's only 2 extra damage. I think it's not worth it, so let's do this here and play the Gnoll Hunter, and don't really care about losing that venture there. This should be game over now. So now I got my 2 amazing rares, which is, of course, now making the opponent very frustrated, because if I had just normal cards, they would have had a lot better chance to win. So yeah, this format, in my opinion, is a bit focused on rares. There are a bit too many just regular rares that are amazingly good. And of course, while that is maybe a bit more acceptable for mythic rares, because it's more rare to get those in draft, you get regular rares quite often. And when the density of very high power regular rares is as high as it is in these Forgotten Realms, it's going to make limited a bit annoying. Alright, so I'm keeping it because I can cast all the spells. Funnily, I don't have any of the green mana sources, but because I have all my 4 spells are red, which I can cast with these 3 mountains, this is an easy keep. Yep. Well, there's the not mountain, a forest, which I can have when I draw some green cards. Okay, that is the same thing that some opponent had earlier, so I'm just not gonna give them any ventures. I'm really happy about these Dragon's Fires. They've been very important in some of these games. This is just such a good one. Plate armor, oh man, now the opponent is gonna be so sad. Yep. I don't have to kill it right now because I might want them to kind of waste mana to equip someone, but what's my play then? There's no point. I mean, this is the most mana efficient play for this turn, so I'm gonna just get rid of that. This is going to be... I'm not gonna probably play any better artifact than that, so that's fine. And now I can play multiple of these guys here. Alright then. So I could of course play an attack, but that makes no sense. I'm just gonna attack here and have 2... Yeah, the double Battlecry Goblin and the Swarming Goblins here. Opponent doesn't really... Okay, they did really miss their play on there. That's pretty weird actually. But now they need something. Maybe they just kill that guy, which is completely fine because I do have a replacement. And I can still attack for 4 unless they have something. Oh, what is? I was playing the Swarming Goblin this turn, but now because I can play Varys into Battlecry, I'm going to do just exactly that. Get the venture. I think I'm gonna scry. I'm going to scry indeed. So that's now 2 creatures they still just need to kill. This time I go to Phandelver, not the Dungeon of the Mad Mages. Any land is gonna be a blank, so I can just, you know, lose it. That was effectively drawing a card. Now, there was a reason to maybe keep it on top, because I would have with the treasure 7 mana. So playing the Swarming Goblin and making it hasty would have maybe made some sense, but I don't think it's gonna matter that much. Alright, so... I'm really thinking just, you know, trading with the Rider here. But maybe not when I have the Swarming Goblins here. It just makes no sense. Alright, and I'm gonna get the Goblin token. Oh, by the way, that's... Now I could make a treasure token still, because that would allow me to attack with the Swarming Goblins, but that's only that one card. Let's take the Goblin, and if they can't kill the Battlecry Goblin on this turn, I will have a bunch of good attackers next turn. I only got 1, but it's really not gonna matter that much. Now I could also trade with the Varys, but I'm actually not doing it. I want to have the additional venture here, which I have already in my hand. Okay, they have a Ray of Enfeeblement for one of my tokens. That is, I call that value. They have only... Okay, that's really not gonna help them. So this is actually... Yep. Okay, so I got to the 3 wins. Now, after losing to the Planeswalker and also I'm making that stupid misclick in the very next game, and basically losing because of, you know, giving a bad hand and not getting there. At least I got to 3 wins, but I think this deck is... I mean, if some deck is somewhat likely to go to 7 wins, this one is. No deck is ever going to be an automatically 7-win deck, because there's also always variance in Limited, especially in best of 1. But this deck has a very good chance to reach a high result. And now, sadly, I'm in the spot where next loss will end the event. Now, I'm on the play with 4 and 5 drops here. No, not really anything to play that other than the Dragon's Fire. So now I'm gonna not keep this accidentally. I'm gonna mulligan this, and I'm gonna click this button that says mulligan. And this is not amazing, but it's better. I'm gonna not play the... I'm gonna lose the Spoils of the Hunt here. I still have something to play against their 2 or 3 drop. I have the Bard, and then the Red Dragon is coming up. Spoils of the Hunt is the least useful card out of those. And with the Red Dragon, the Dragon's Fire is going to deal is going to deal 4 damage if that's going to be necessary. Okay, draw full champion. I will see what I draw first. Yeah, I'm gonna kill it then. Because I would have to just trade with the bard anyway. Now they might have some better 3-drop, but I don't want to take 6 damage out of this thing or to trade it with my 4-drop. Okay, now this is a lot better because now this is actually able to just trade with that. Oh, and that was a good one. Drawing this 5-drop, and now I can have a nice 5-drop into 6-drop if I just draw one other land. And if I don't draw any lands, it's gonna be fantastic too. Oh, that's actually good for that, because that will mean that I get some nice spells here. All right, so the Death Priest of Miracle is pretty annoying here because they might get a lot of 1/1s, and I just used one of my removal spells and the other one is here, so I think I have only one removal spell, the other Dragon's Fire left in the deck. So I need to draw my Battlecry Goblins again, maybe. Again, only one friend. I'm taking that. I'm not gonna give them any triggers for that thing. And maybe they don't have a good blocker for the 4/3, who knows. They don't. Okay, when I was at 5 lands, I was saying that now it's when I had 5 lands in total in my on the battlefield and in hand. I said I have a good 5 and 6 curve if I draw one land, but I kind of didn't assume to draw more than that because now I drew back-to-back lands there, that's gonna be annoying. But yeah, this is good attack. Hopefully they don't have interaction, but I mean if they do, that's annoying. But I guess it's something. Well, they just trade here. I mean that's the same as them just killing it with a removal spell of some kind. Okay, fine. They still have 2 cards, so if they kill the Red Dragon, I think the event is going to be over unless I draw some amazing stuff because I really did flood out here a bit. Look at this. 7 lands, 4 spells. Yeah, so I flooded out in the game where the opponent had. Okay, so I'm gonna have to give them the free token now. I flooded out in the game where the opponent had the Planeswalker, and I'm flooding out now. So, and one game I lost to. One game I lost to. Come on, to the misclick. Okay, now I will get to kill the Dread Priest, unless they have some kind of trick available, of course. Oh man, come on. They basically played around bull strength here. How annoying is that? There's no... Wow, well, I mean, good for the opponent, that was nicely played, but really... I mean, I was kind of assuming they just attack with this killing, but of course I attack for a reason here, so it's not really that... Okay, well... 8 lands, 5 spells. That is really something. And I mulliganed here. Now, how good the Spoils of the Hunt would be amazing. And now I can't beat this. Yep, that was... This deck went 3-3. 2 games I flooded out. One was a crazy, stupid misclick in mulligan phase. So, if this kind of deck goes to 3-3, then I don't think I have a very good chance to, in general, get very good ranking up business going on in this set. Yeah, I mean, I can just look at this. Double Battlecry Goblin. There's a Ranger class. There's the other 2 drops are like double Null Hunter and the Intrepid Outlander. All are very high quality 2 drops. There's a Varys here. They are and double Dragon's Fire for removal. Some completely reasonable 3 drops here. The 4 drop slot is the weakest one, but that's maybe because the set just doesn't have that amazing 4 drops for red or green at least. So usually these won't be that impressive. 5 drops were just fantastic, and then there's the dragon here to top the curve. So yeah, this deck and the mana base here with 2 lands that help me, fix my colors here. Basically 10 and 9 mana base here. So Just getting 3 wins is obviously a huge disappointment there, but that's how it goes. Variance is very high in best of 1, and that's the reason I usually just prefer best of 3. But because there's the darn sealed qualifier coming up, and well, I can get the slot from the mythic rank. Of course, I need to grind this a bit. This is not gonna last for 7 days. I will need to try to maintain this. Of course, you can hit a bad losing streak, and then it's gonna be very difficult to climb back. But I mean, I started from Platinum Tier 2, now I ended Platinum Tier 2, so that's a long way till I get to Mythic rank. But that's the reason I'm actually playing drafts off screen, so off you know, not off screen, but without recording them, because I just have to play them so many. And I'm actually choosing to not play Forgotten Realms drafts that way, because I want to keep the set completion series, you know, as you know, not missing out anything. So I haven't played any Forgotten Realms draft without recording it, but I have played Kaladesh Remastered. A few of those I did play to try to rank up. So I only uploaded one of them and won't be uploading more than one, because it would be giving me way too much upload queue to the channel. I'm already publishing 2 videos per day, which is like more than is usually necessary, but I just want to show all the videos that are a part of the set completion series. Anyway, I think the next draft on the channel will be a traditional draft, and I will continue trying to rank up in the meanwhile, playing Kaladesh Remastered Premier drafts without recording them. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.